Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for the probably most anticipated film for most people of the year, Avatar: The Way of Water. Avatar: The Way of Water is the sequel to the 2009 literally biggest blockbuster hit of all time, highest grossing film of all time, Avatar, which is, in my opinion, one of the very overrated film I never really fully got invested in and stuff. But hey, James Cameron, love James Cameron. Avatar, Avatar and I have such a interesting relationship. I remember when I first saw Avatar, and I really loved it. That was such a great movie. And then I bought the DVD of it, and after just like multiple viewings of it, I lost interest. I completely lost interest in the movie. I just realized how like unoriginal and just how uninteresting the movie really is. It's all visual, and that's really it. And there's not really much good writing or even good characters, with the exception of Stephen Lang and Zoe Saldana, Neytiri. I thought they were pretty cool, but the world of Pandora, the world building, the artistry is what really makes Avatar like so big and massive, and why people like it. Not because of the story, or the writing, or the characters, or anything like that. And writing is my favorite part of the filmmaking. I love good storytelling and good characters. Those are my favorite things about cinema and shows and books. Good storytelling. Avatar is not good storytelling for me. It's a lot of flash, but not a lot of punch to it. But yeah, so I never hated Avatar. I just think I can't really call it overrated, because it's almost a cliche now to say overrated, because a lot of people think Avatar is overrated. Just at the time it was overrated, and now it just exists. So Way of Water, a lot of people have been really looking forward to this. I haven't at all, but I had to see it. I got to see this movie. It's James Cameron. Love James Cameron. Love pretty much most of his movies, with the exception of, well, Avatar and Piranha 2. The Way of Water. The story of this movie is the return of Jake Sully, the most fascinating and deep and layered character in all of cinema. Jake and Neytiri, it's years and years later. They have kids, they have a family, and they need to explore more wonders, the great beyond of Pandora. But a threat appears. A threat from possibly the first movie appears. And Jake has to get the Na'vi together and fight against the threat. A war between the Na'vi and the humans and stuff. But there's a lot of layers to it, in a matter of speaking. And there's a lot of subtleties about prejudice and the environment, and what's the right thing to do for your family. What does Vin Diesel always say?
I don't have friends. I got family.
But, Avatar: The Way of Water. What did I like about this movie? The most obvious thing to say is its visuals. It's almost ridiculous to just say the visuals are good, because no shit, the visuals are stunning in this movie. In 2009, those visuals were great. Imagine in 2022. It's beautiful. It's breathtaking. The world of Pandora, the new shit they bring in the world of Pandora is incredibly cool. The water, my God, James Cameron has like a severe water fetish, because there's a lot of water. The Way of Water, it's a lot of water in this movie. It looks great. All the underwater creatures, the new technology and the new creatures and the new world of Pandora you see, spectacular. It's a visual spectacle. It's fantastic. The cinematography is outstanding. The direction is pretty solid. And Neytiri is still badass. Still love Neytiri. So is Anana, is fantastic. And Neytiri's pretty kick-ass in this movie. And there's another character I liked. I won't spoil who it is, but I liked him too. They even have a new cast. They got Kate Winslet in the movie. They have Sigourney Weaver playing a different character. Interesting. There's also a secret cameo, which I will not spoil who it is. And they got Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh's like in everything. Why? She's in like every movie. She's like Samuel Jackson. She's just in everything. But anyways, visuals, outstanding, breathtaking, incredible. No fucking surprise there. Cinematography, amazing. Uh, however, this movie has the same problems as the first Avatar. This movie is made for Avatar fans, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you loved the first movie, you're gonna love this film. This is the film you've been waiting for 13 years. This is just gonna be, like, amazing. You're just gonna jizz in your pants because how mind blown you are by this fucking movie. But that's what it is. It's for Avatar fans. It's not one of those sequels that are like, hey, you didn't like the first one? Oh, you're gonna like this sequel. Everyone's gonna like this sequel. It's not one of those. So I wish it was. I was hoping it would be one of those. Like, maybe this is the movie that will actually make me, hey, maybe I'm gonna be a fan of Avatar. Well, the correct Avatar. But, yeah, it just didn't do that. It just kind of gave me the same generic story and just the same boring characters. And this movie's longer than the first one. And it's really boring. Wow, is it boring. Really boring. I'm sorry. I think the first one's pretty boring. This one's just as boring. There's a couple cool action sequences, I'll admit, where, okay, I was like, okay, it's pretty fucking cool. But, the score was not bad too. It just looks nice. It just looks so pretty. This movie is just so pretty, and you want to love it because it's like watching art and just like, oh, it's so beautiful. The shots, the landscapes, the CGI, even the action looks pretty. Just, like, it's so hard to hate this movie. And I don't hate this movie. It's just really boring. It's not interesting. The story is not... The story is more interesting than the first movie. The first movie's story is really basic and cliched and been there, done that. This one, I guess, is a little better. It's still not very interesting, especially to make it 3 hours and 12 minutes. And I could sit through a 3-hour film like fucking Endgame. That flew by. Wolf of Wall Street, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, even when I watched The Irishman on Netflix, that movie's 4 hours. I loved it. I was so invested with that story and shit. Just, this movie doesn't have an interesting story. And the characters, with the exception of Neytiri, they're not interesting. The movie isn't interesting. Just like the first Avatar. It ain't interesting. But again, if you're just going to these movies just for the visual experience, then you're going to love this. This is for you. This is like, yes, go see it. That's not my kind of movies, though. I love good visuals and stuff, and I love looking at them. And I know everyone's going to be like, well, you love Tales from a Space Odyssey. That's all visuals. I disagree. It's visuals, but it tells its story with the visuals. There's a lot of subtlety with that, and a lot of metaphors with Tales from a Space Odyssey. This movie doesn't tell a story with its visuals. The visuals are there to look nice. The story just exists just to have visuals. That's pretty much it. The Avatar movies exist to show off its visuals. Not to show off good characters or good story. It's to show off its visuals. And that's fine. That's not my shtick. So that's what I gotta say about Avatar. I kind of liked it a little more than the first one, but not much more. And that's fine. Just, these aren't my movies. You love the first one, you're gonna fucking love this one. For me, average. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give Avatar: The Way of Water about a 6 out of 10. Sorry. I know. There's huge diehards out there. I ain't one of them. Let me know in the comments below. You an Avatar fan? Are you gonna love this one? Do you love the first one? Let me know. Give me your thoughts and opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.